angels, it's Hailey Reese, and welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am truly so grateful that you are here, and I am so excited to be back here on YouTube. Unfortunately, over the past week or so, our house got hit with the cold and flu season. Not fun, absolutely needed time to rest, but I am so ready to come back here to my channel, and I'm so excited to dive into today's video because we are once again exploring some truly mind-bending, terrifying glitch in the matrix experiences. It truly seems, as I've been digging deeper and deeper into the theory, into the discussions about it, so many people are having these experiences that are leading them to believe there's a lot more going on here than we think. It truly seems as though there's something much bigger going on here, and these experiences are becoming more and more frequent. So today, sit back, relax, maybe turn a light on, because we're gonna dive headfirst into these terrifying glitch in the matrix experiences. All right, so this first one begins with, I know this is going to sound insane, but I need to get this out in hopes that someone will hear me out. I don't know if I'm losing my mind or if something truly messed up happened, but I'm convinced that I've now too seen a glitch in the system. I've always joked about the Matrix thing with friends, but now I'm not sure I can ever look at the world in the same way again. It started last night. I was home alone just scrolling through Reddit. Yeah, I know, ironic, when I got up to grab some water. As I walked into the kitchen, I noticed something strange, a really faint flicker in the lights above the sink. It was almost imperceptible, like the power was cutting out for a fraction of a second. I didn't think much of it, thinking maybe the bulb was just about to go. But here's where it gets messed up. As I looked at the light, it flickered again. And then the entire room froze, like everything in my house stopped moving. My dog, who was lying on the floor, was abnormally, perfectly, terrifyingly still. I could see his fur slightly twitching like he was about to shake off a nap, but yet he never moved. I was able to walk around the kitchen, but everything was completely still, like I was inside of a paused video. It gets even more disturbing. I could still hear the world outside. Traffic, wind, people talking, all of that was still running. But inside my house, nothing. It felt like I was trapped in a bubble where time had completely stopped. Again, even my clocks weren't ticking. After what felt like an eternity, the lights flickered again and everything snapped back into motion, like someone hit a play button. My dog started moving again and the hum of the fridge came back, but something felt weird. It wasn't just like time had frozen for a moment. It was like everything felt too real now. Like I was hyper aware of every detail, like the texture of the floor, the way my body felt while standing there, even listening to the sound of my own heartbeat. I thought I was tired and maybe my mind had been playing tricks on me. So I went to bed, thinking I'd wake up and chalk it up to some weird sleep deprivation or whatever. But then it happened again today, only this time way more intense. I was walking to my car after work, and as I was unlocking it, the air around me stopped. The wind, the birds chirping, people walking by became frozen. I swear to God they were frozen mid-step. But their eyes weren't frozen. They were blinking and staring like they could see me, but I couldn't hear them. Their mouths didn't move. It was like they were aware of me, but couldn't interact. I panicked and looked down at my phone, checking the time. The seconds were counting down, but everything else around me, static. The cars on the street didn't move. The trees didn't sway. There was zero sound. I felt like I was trapped inside this glitch and I couldn't escape it. It lasted maybe 10 seconds, but it really felt more like hours. When everything started moving again, I bolted to my car and drove home, but I felt like I was being watched the whole way, like I wasn't meant to see any of that. And now I feel crazy sitting here typing this out, and I swear every little thing feels wrong. I'm hyper aware of everything around me, and it's like I can now see the cracks in the world. The way that people talk doesn't seem real. The way the clouds move feel too perfect. Like there's something I can't quite put my finger on, but I feel like I'm standing here on the edge of something massive. Has anyone else had an experience like this, or am I losing my mind? I really don't know what to think of it, but there's no way it was a weird coincidence or something I've made up. It feels like something in our world is out of sync, and I happen to catch it. If you've ever had something like this happen, let me know. I really need to know I'm not going crazy. So here's the thing with this experience, right? It sounds almost too unbelievable to be true. But the crazy thing about it is that there are thousands of people all across the world having experiences like this every single day. Could that be some sort of mass coincidence? I mean, perhaps, but I personally do not believe in coincidences. So I'm very, very curious to hear what you guys think of that one, because truly, that would be terrifying. But as I was just saying, these experiences are not just few and far between or one or two here and there. So many people are having them. And this next experience is similar in a really chilling way. Okay, so it started this morning when I was at the coffee shop. I was in line waiting for my coffee when I noticed a guy sitting at a table near the window. He was just staring at his phone, but yet he looked familiar. Not in the way that he's like a friend or in an acquaintance way, but like I've seen this exact person before way. I couldn't shake it off, so I kept glancing at him. The weird thing was I was almost sure I'd seen him before, but I couldn't remember where. So I ignored it, paid for my coffee, and sat down by the window. But as soon as I sat down, I saw the same guy walk past the window. Same clothes, same expression, same phone in his hand, like exactly the same guy. At this point, I really thought that I was imagining things, but it didn't seem right that someone would have the exact same outfit down to a T, not to mention the exact same face. I felt like the second time he walked by, even the way he was walking wasn't real. Don't know how to word that other than exactly how I just did. So I'm sitting there, a little freaked out. But I think, okay, no big deal. I might have zoned out for a second. Total coincidence. Then, about 5 minutes later, I see the man again. The same guy in the exact same spot walking past the same window. I'm not talking like a deja vu moment either. I'm talking a full-on repeat of what I just saw. The guy even looked up at the window, and I swear our eyes met again for a split second. At this point, I was so freaked out, I wanted to ask the barista if she'd seen him walk by multiple times too, but I didn't. I just left the coffee shop feeling super nauseous. I kept thinking about it all day, and the more I thought, the weirder it got. What messes me is I have this nagging feeling that this isn't the first time this has happened to me. Like I've been in situations where I've just seen things repeating in ways that don't quite add up. Like I've always chalked it up to just being tired or distracted. But after today's experience, I'm really not sure. It's like time was looping or something was glitching and I just happened to catch it. It was so subtle, so weirdly small, but somehow really freaked me out. I have seen so many people talk about how it felt like their city or their town was on some sort of a repeat or a loop where they're seeing the same people in the same outfits walking by the same things tirelessly and continuously. Why would that be happening unless there is some sort of overlaying? I'm so curious to hear your guys' theories wholeheartedly. And again, heading into this third experience, things are getting even creepier for people. Okay, here's exactly what happened to the best of my memory. I was driving home from work and the route was super familiar. It was about a 20-minute drive and nothing special. I had the radio on, a podcast I listened to regularly, and was kind of zoning out, just enjoying the quiet drive. I was at a red light, waiting for it to turn green when something weird happened. Out of nowhere, I saw this oddly out of place man walking on the sidewalk. Now, that's not unusual in itself, but this guy was weird. He was wearing an old worn out suit with no umbrella despite the fact it was raining. He was walking in a way in which it seemed he didn't even notice or feel the rain. His hair was greasy and messy, but his face was dry and like it was frozen. Like his expression was so still and blank, it didn't seem human. The thing is, though, I couldn't stop looking at him. I swear I stared at him for about 30 seconds trying to make sense of what I was seeing. And then poof, just like that, he disappeared. 1 second here, right in front of me, and the next it was like he was never there. No fading, no movement, just gone. At first, I thought I was seeing things. I mean, it was raining and it was getting dark, so maybe my mind had tricked me. But then it got even weirder. The light turned green and I started driving again. But as I moved forward, I saw the exact same man. Same suit, same messy hair, same lifeless expression. If you'd had seen him, you'd know he couldn't be mistaken for someone else. And this time, he was walking down the same street, only a few blocks ahead of where I'd seen him before. So I know what people are probably thinking, that I saw some homeless guy walking around. But the thing is, I am sure it's the same man. And I'm even more sure that he wasn't moving in the way that people do. It was like he was walking in slow motion. I was so creeped out, I actually pulled over just to watch for a second. As I sat there staring at the man, I realized that everything around me was wrong. The rain was falling, but it was falling almost slow motion, like it wasn't real. I know I keep repeating that, but basically nothing felt real. The cars around me were also driving in slow motion. The people walking on sidewalks seemed to be walking in ways like it was a dream. I even saw someone walking backwards. It was like the world had shifted into some sort of distorted version of itself, like I was looking at a bad simulation. So I blinked a few times, rubbed my eyes, but nothing changed. The man kept walking as if he hadn't moved at all from the moment that I first saw him. I had an overwhelming feeling that I was in some sort of a glitch, a pause or a reset, something that wasn't really supposed to happen. And as quickly as it all just started, everything just snapped back to normal. The rain was normal rain again, the cars moved at regular speed, and people seemed natural. But the man? He was gone, as if he had never existed at all. I really have been trying to rationalize it, but after reading other people's experiences, I'm thinking that might not be the case. It really did feel like I caught a glimpse of something behind the curtain. Has anyone else felt the weird shift in reality lately, or am I just losing it? I mean, from this thread, I don't think I'm alone. I have seen so many videos recently of people walking completely backwards. And even a couple of years ago, we used to live, our backyard had like a chain link fence into a massive field that people would walk through. And I remember one day, Tyler and I watched a man walk through the entire area backwards and in like the strangest form. I'd have to see if I could find the video because I did videotape it back then. But why? That's my question. Is this just something that people are doing now, walking backwards or glitching out? Or really is there something terrifying going on? What do you think? These were just 3 of the thousands of experiences that people have been having where they feel as though the world is not the way it seems and that they've caught little cracks in the way the world should be running. So I want to know from you guys, what did you think of these experiences and have you ever had anything like them? If so, if you're comfortable, what happened? And why do we think this is becoming a more frequent occurrence? I would love to hear all of your thoughts and theories in the comment section below. And that is it for today's video. If you guys are new to my channel or you are just not yet subscribed but you enjoy my content, I would so appreciate it if you go ahead and click that subscribe button. I do have daily uploads for the remainder of the year, and I will have a ton more uploads after into the new year to make up for my week that I took off while I wasn't feeling the greatest. So there will be tons and tons of content for you that I definitely don't want you to miss if you do enjoy it. And with that being said, please give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. It really, really helps both me and my channel, so I know what videos you guys are enjoying, and I can therefore make you so many more of them. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness, and until tomorrow, I love you. Bye, guys.